To go is wrong. To going is right. But wait a second. I thought one of the most basic rules in English is that the infinitive of the verb is always to go, to eat, to take. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why this is wrong and why you should use to plus the ing form. To going, to taking, to eating instead. Are you ready? Okay. First things first. I'm not saying that to go is always wrong. I'm just saying that it's not always right. In fact, in many common sentences, you will hear verbs in the infinitive with to. Like, I want to go on holiday. I don't know whether to call her. I'm too shy to sing in public. The problem is that most of the students apply this rule to every situation they encounter. They say the word to and they think, oh, easy, it's the base form. So to go, to call, to sing. And the problem is that this leads to a lot of common mistakes. Mistakes I correct all the time and mistakes I don't want you to make. Now, the cool thing is that it's pretty easy to know when you need the ing form of the verb. So you can actually use this grammar in context and remember it. Right. The first thing you need to know is that using to plus ing is only when it comes after special verbs, a lot of which are phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs that contains a verb and the preposition to at the end. And this to is part of the verb. A common example of this is look forward to. The verb is to look forward to. And if you say, I look forward to meet to you next week, or I'm looking forward to hear from you, that is wrong. And it's a really common mistake. You see, the word to is part of the verb look forward to. We always follow this verb with a noun or a gerund. Followed by a noun, it looks like this. I look forward to the concert. He's looking forward to the day he sees you again. And followed by gerund, that is the ing form of the verb. It looks like this. I look forward to meeting you next week. He's looking forward to seeing you again. Another example of this is the phrasal verb get round to, which we use to express the idea of finally doing something after a delay or procrastination. And again, because to is part of the verb, we follow it with a gerund. I finally got round to cleaning the car yesterday. Did you get round to taking the book back to the library? Now, it's not just phrasal verbs where this happens. There are many other verbs that always go with to. So we're going to have a look at a few common verbs and I'll divide them up into small categories to make it easier to remember for you. So first, let's have a look at some verbs related to change. They are be used to, get used to, and be accustomed to. These verbs are great for expressing familiarity, something being a habit or something becoming normal, a normal habit. And again, like with the phrasal verbs that we looked at the beginning of this video, these verbs are always followed by the noun or gerund. So with the noun, after 3 years, we finally used to this country. With the gerund, after 3 years, we're finally used to living in this country. A more formal way to say the same thing is with the expression to be accustomed to, but it means the same thing. After 3 years, we're finally accustomed to this country. Or after 3 years, we're finally accustomed to living in this country. Another example, my friend never got used to the big city. That's with a noun. And with a gerund, my friend never got used to living in a big city. So again, these are really common verbs, and it's also a really common mistake. And in fact, another really common mistake is knowing the difference between be used to, get used to, and used to in the past, which if you have a problem with, I recommend you watch my next video. There I will teach you everything you need to know about those verbs. Okay, the next two verbs we're going to look at are to confess to and to admit to, because they have a similar meaning. So we use these verbs when basically someone says, yes, it was me, I did it, I'm responsible. And these verbs are followed by the noun or gerund. So the beggar confessed to the crime, noun, and followed by a gerund. The beggar confessed to stealing the money. We admitted to our big mistake, noun. And with the gerund, we admitted to making a big mistake. Okay, now we have a couple of strong formal verbs, which means that you are against something, you don't like something, or you don't want something to happen. These verbs are opposed to, be opposed to, and object to. Again, to is part of these verbs, so we follow them with a noun or gerund. You can say, the politicians strongly opposed to changing this law. You can say, the politicians are strongly opposed to changing this law. And they mean the same thing. You can also say, we object to working overtime without extra pay. They're all using the gerund, and just like with the previous examples where we can use the gerund, we can use a noun. So you could say the politicians are strongly opposed to the change, or we object to more work without extra pay. Now for a few verbs we use to show that we have passion for something. They are to be dedicated to be devoted to, and to be committed to. Guess what? To is always part of these verbs. And guess what? We follow them with a noun or gerund. For example, my grandparents were dedicated to helping their community. My friend is committed to studying English. And I'm sure they will be committed to finishing the project on time. If you look at these sentences, you'll see that they are the past, present, and future. I chose those to show you that it doesn't matter which tense you use. These verbs are always followed by the noun or gerund. Please subscribe, like, and so on. You know what to do if you like this channel. And bye for now.